Welcome back, and welcome to the 5th episode of Loundlim's Disneyland Loundlania. And yeah, my name is still Loundlim, and I'm still building this park. Yeah. Well, the pictures I posted yesterday. I hope I still can upload this episode today, so this is still true. The picture I uploaded, I didn't even upload it yesterday, I think. Yesterday or the day before yesterday? You say it like that? However, that picture that looked a bit like the whole station was flooded. That's a room I still built in this episode. So yeah, actually, what you see right there is a tiny bit different now. The problem is when I built it, I actually forgot to save. And this is the first time ever this happened. So yeah, that was just stupid. But I actually didn't do anything that complicated, so I was able to recreate it within a few minutes. What I just deleted there was an idea for a lamp, which looked quite cool in my opinion. And basically that is just a lamp from, I think it's a chandelier, I'm not sure how you pronounce that word, but it's one of these lamps from Woodin's light set. I think it's the 2008 one, and it's just fences from Shy Guys, Planters 2 around it, and beams from movies, Glass House. It's actually quite simple. So yeah, I think it looks quite cool. It has a little bit of a steampunky feeling in it, and I think that fits actually very well to the whole theme of the ride. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep it like this. And yeah, the queue line. I think yeah, I didn't keep the queue line how it is right there. We'll see that in a few minutes. But yeah, the tiny gap between these two fences that will stay because there is no piece that is small enough or short enough to fit between those two. But I think I just put a box or something in there, and yeah, that space in the middle of that room, I first thought I would put some kind of table in there, like a configuration, like a meeting thing or something, like a place where the whole crew of the station could eat. And yeah, I'm not quite sure though how I will implement that actual Nautilus submarine thing into the ride, because the whole queue section is not supposed to actually be inside the submarine, because that's just not realistic. It's ended up quite big, and way too big and has way too many side rooms and corridors to ever fit inside a submarine. So yeah, and that's how it looks at night. And yeah, now I did some decoration, and I actually put the pipes the wrong height, and this piece as well, so I actually think I deleted that later on. Yes, I did. And something I really quite liked was that tiny maintenance balcony thing above the queue or underneath the pipes. And I actually I found something that fits better inside that space, because yeah, I first thought that there I might put some kind of machinery, but I think I found the best solution. You will see that later in the video. What you also can already see, I think, is some scenery for the windows, where you can look outside and see the underwater world next to the underwater paper, or I don't know how you call those things. I don't even know if such a thing even exists in real life, but I don't give a shit. And what you see right there was the solution I came up with, and it's basically just the regular exterior to submarine car, and I made the track long enough and set the speed high enough to actually just let the car make it to exactly that point. And since it has these robo functions, it was very easy to turn the car and use it as a scenery piece. I think it's really cool like this, because I thought maybe the Nautilus is gone and nobody knows where it might be, it's just lost, and you're sent on a mission to find it, and you do that in those tiny submarine car things. I don't even know. And in the queue line you just get one of these presented, and you can already look at it and think, oh yes, that's how a submarine car thing looks like. Yeah. And you see that I added a more queue between these two cuts. So yeah, I actually do a lot of... Oh, actually this is... I think I put the files in the wrong position, because this is the part where I figure out how I place this car. Or... No, I already finished that, and I figured, because I just used the small curves of a B&M track, I thought I could do it more compact and put the station underneath the queue. But since we all know, stations have some really weird lighting settings, and they just have lights, and you cannot put out these lights, as no one has ever figured out a way to do so. So yeah, you just can't use a regular station if you really want to have good lighting on your station, or just wherever you use an actual station building. And yeah, that is just some decorating, just to give it more like that machinery feel. And yeah, these pieces you just saw there, Kyoto gave them to me because let's get a little bit closer to the microphone. Because I just asked him and was like, yay, some people asked me if I could continue with that Nautilus ride, and I think something quite useful for that would be some kind of beater of your underwater, deep sea life set. And so he was like, yeah, go beta test it and have fun. It's not finished, but it's bug free, and it's an amazing set. I think it's actually one of the best, and I'm not even kidding. It's one of the best scenery sets for details in terms of underwater. Now that I say that, now when I think about it, I haven't seen too many underwater sets, but hey, it's still an amazing set, and I highly recommend it. Even though you can't download it right now, but it's not released. But yeah. And I think what I did there, what I did there was to take the screenshot I showed to you yesterday or a few days ago, and what now happens, because I think Kling, I forgot the number that is behind your name, but I think you asked me if I could do some kind of tutorial, or if I could teach you how I make my screenshots look like this. And what I did was just record myself, or not record myself, but record what I do when I edit screenshots. And because I have more options over there, I just decided to do that in Sony Vegas. You can do that in GIMP as well, but you don't have that epic smooth contrast thing. But as you can see, these color correction of these curves already do a lot. So this is not like a tutorial right here, it's more like me playing around with effects that I don't even... This is really wrong. No, that's just me, and I'm playing around with effects, and I basically don't even have an idea what these effects do, but I just play around with them, and like that I found out what they do, and that's all I do. And then I add another effect that sounds interesting, and often it just ends up in something that looks quite ugly, but the more you experiment around with things, the better it looks. And yeah, the more experience you get. So this is basically it. Of course, it's a time lapse. It's not like really showing what I did, or it's really hard to follow if I just do or edit settings in like super speed, and yeah, you know. But what I can recommend, if you have Sony Vegas, and if your Sony Vegas has an effect installed that is called smooth contrast, or something that means smooth contrast in your language. For me it's weicher Kontrast, and for me the GUI is kinda buggy, because it's actually smaller than it should be. Like, usually if you have those sliders, they match exactly the spot where you have to put your mouse, but as you can see, or as you saw, that field with the sliders was a bit smaller, and so the positions where the mouse actually affects these sliders is not there where the sliders are, so it's really hard to edit or to change settings because you just don't see where you click. It's hard to explain, you have to try it out yourself, but if you have that effect, it has some pretty cool presets. It has like warm colors, warm vignette, then it has some extreme contrast settings that make your shot look like everything in there is really dirty and, yeah, I don't know, rusted. It depends on what you have in your screen, but it just makes dark spots darker and, yeah, increases the contrast, but there are actually a lot more options that are affecting the final result, as you can see right now. And yeah, that is doing some really amazing stuff. No, actually, that what you can see right now, or what you just saw, is something that detects really bright spots and it's some kind of, I don't know how you call these, maybe like lens flare things, even though it's not a lens flare at all. It's just like these dark kind of things you get from lamps. I don't know, but as you can see, I just added the color right there, and just overlay the two images. You can actually just say if you want to have the result of an vis effect, you can just choose if you want to have the result like all of these star things, like these, I don't know, like, you know what I mean, you just saw that. And then you can just overlay an image with another without actually affecting the actual image with a cue, by just if you just want to edit the color of these star things. And now the episode has ended. Well, probably you will just see a black screen right now because I'm always unprepared when it comes to just like ending the voiceover. So yeah, always is like the worst outro ever. But bye bye, and yeah, see you next time.